Hey there, my name is Graham. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 AI tools for processing legal documents. We'll go through an example for each tool, and then at the end, I will show you a decision matrix with weights tied to different variables that each platform uniquely has so that you can make a data-informed decision for your business today. Let's get into it. Document review is the #1 use case for AI in legal services. 77% of legal professionals rank it as their top use case, according to this study from Thomson Reuters. Adoption has nearly doubled. 14% of legal organizations were actively using AI in 2024. That number hit 26 in 2025. It's now 2026. But most firms are still using AI the wrong way. One-off, disconnected, not integrated. The output has nowhere to go. No client file, no matter record, no automation to move it to where it needs to be. But let's start at the foundation. You're probably already using a tool like ChatGPT or Claude. Over half of attorneys already use tools like these for drafting, summarizing, and research. They're great for experimentation, they're great for R&D, they're easy to set up, there's no learning curve. All you do is drop in a PDF, give it a prompt, and let it do its work. But let's take it one step further. If you are running the same review process on a similar type of document on a regular basis, maybe it's a due diligence package, maybe it's every medical records request, every intake that comes through your door, you can set up a project. It's super easy. To get started, just open up your LLM of choice, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT. Go to Projects on the left-hand side and select New Project. For this one, I'll call it Document Reviewer. Feel free to use these exact project instructions or edit them however you need. Just screenshot, paste it into ChatGPT or Claude, and it can output the right text for you to copy and paste. So I'm going to paste this into my project. I'm going to top right-hand corner, clicking the 3 dots to go to the project instructions. I'm going to paste in those instructions and select Save, and then drop in a document. With no prompts necessary, ChatGPT gets to work. Here's where this option hits the ceiling. You run that operation like I just showed you, but it stays there. You close the tab, you shut your computer, it's done. You can move it over into another spreadsheet or a database, but you're the one that's bridging that gap. You're the one copying and pasting. That's manual and that's tedious. If you don't want to be the bridge, consider a tool like Airtable. Airtable is a user-friendly database. It's like a spreadsheet, but with automations and interfaces and AI baked in. Here is an example of an Airtable base or a table that contains all of the documents for this legal services firm. Our example, it's called Johnson and Associates. I'll upload the same exact document here. Let's call it example and drop that file right here. You'll notice the moment that that document is uploaded, the AI agent fields get to work. They have custom prompts in each field for each unique variable that needs to be extracted. Feel free to screenshot some of these prompts, but honestly, you are the person that is most fit to describe what your business needs. And so here we have the property address, counterparty name, key exceptions, risk flags, all extracted from one PDF. No prompts, and it's already in our single source of truth. And in this case, it's Airtable. Airtable is great for grouping, organizing. Here I group by document type, and there are other ways that I can view here, however fits my needs. I can also visualize my data in an interface. In this case, it kind of looks like and feels like an app, depending on how robust you'd like to be. I've just got a visualization here, a list view of different document types and detailed views where I can see those just in a cleaner format. But where Airtable begins to break down is with the complexity of the PDF. It's great for analyzing PDFs that are anywhere from 10 to 20 pages. But once you get over that and you start increasing your processing power, maybe the complexity of the document is handwritten, or maybe there are exhibits to scan, visuals, then we need a more robust tool. That's where a tool like Unstract comes in. It's specifically built for dense, unstructured documents. Here's a document of a loan application that's relatively simple, but has handwritten fields and a driver's license that needs to be scanned. There are data points on that scan that need to be in our Airtable database, or whatever database you're using, even Google Sheets. Unstract has an OCR layer called LLM Whisperer. It's built to handle handwritten text, scanned images, mixed formatting on the same page. In our case, we connect to this powerful tool using their API deployments through a platform called Make. We get an output like this. This is back in Airtable in a different table that is dedicated for Unstract. And based on that document that we saw earlier, these are all of the data points extracted, even those that are from the driver's license here. And that leads me to my next point. Unstract is a more complex tool and it's harder to get set up. It's not quite a weekend project if you're not super technical. So it can bear a heavier burden, but it just takes a little bit more to get configured. So which tool is right for your firm? I created this decision matrix that outlines 4 priorities that legal service firms care about. If you process more than 10 documents per month, you might want to slide this bar up. If your documents include scans, handwriting, or ID images, you can adjust accordingly. If you need extracted data somewhere that you can search, filter, query, organize, and even visualize, bump that one up all the way. We'll just right size these so that we equal 100, but keep their relative proportions. And what we have is our recommended tool. But you don't actually need this. You can do this on the back of a napkin. In fact, you could do it in an Excel spreadsheet. What we're looking at here is a decision matrix, and I've already loaded the different options with different scores. ChatGPT, Airtable, Unstract all have different scores according to these variables here, and I went ahead and added the ease of setup to the matrix. Now, all that you would change is what's highlighted here in yellow. What matters most to you? Is it processing volume, document complexity, external database, cost, ease of setup? They have to equal 10. So let's go through an example and review each tool that we walked through today. First, ChatGPT or Claude. Let's say that it's a solo real estate planning attorney who drafts a handful of wills and trusts each week and occasionally needs to summarize a client's existing documents before a meeting. And there's no need for a system, there's no need for organization or grouping like we saw with Airtable. To simplify things, we've got 5 variables here, so I've just evened everything out to equal 2, and we will go up or down from there. And so when we look at the scores here, ChatGPT/Claude is going to be the winner. For our next scenario, let's say it's a mid-sized family law firm. They have a team of paralegals and they process financial disclosure documents, custody agreements, and they need every field tracked and a searchable, ready to review database. Now that's starting to sound like Airtable, but just to see how this works, let's level everything out at 2. This brings us to Airtable as our winner. For our third and most complex example, let's say that it's a large litigation firm that is analyzing lots of complex documents. Contracts, exhibits, handwritten filings under tight deadlines. They need it organized and they need it fast. What we have here is Unstract as our winner. So in this video, we went through 3 different tools and saw them all in action. We recapped those and compared it against a decision matrix so that you can find yourself somewhere in that spectrum and make the decision that's right for you. If you enjoyed this video and you're interested in automating different processes in your business, check out our video on automating your invoicing. I'll see you in the next video.